Hi, my name is Reiko Peabody. I was diagnosed with a colon cancer in 1997, and I had a surgery, and it was stage 3. So without me knowing, I had a hysterectomy, and also part of my bladder was cut off because my sigmoid section cancer was attached to my uterus and bladder. So when I woke up next morning, I found out I had a hysterectomy also. But that was 13 years ago, and a doctor wanted to treat me with a chemo and radiation. But I refused at that time because there was too many people that I knew, 11 actually, my neighbors, my sisters, my friends went through chemo, radiation, and just suffered agonizing pain, and then died anyway. My sister, when she died, she only weighed 57 pounds. She had lung cancer. She didn't even smoke. So that time, 13 years ago, I didn't want to go through all that. But now, 2010, I know so many people that went through radiation and chemo. Seem like they survive much better now than 13 years ago. The technology has advanced. But anyway, around that time, I was desperately trying to help my sister survive, because every time I visited her, she was going downhill. Each time she had chemo, she was sicker than before. And so I was trying everywhere, trying to find out some other way that she can survive. Then I found this lady named Helen. She had the terminal breast cancer, but she survived by going through macrobiotic diet. So I asked if I can interview her, and I interviewed her for 3 hours. She was very kind. She showed me all kinds of books and therapy that she went through. So I tried to convey that message to my sister, but she said she had the 5 specialists that looking after her, so she didn't want to do it. But meantime, my neighbor on both sides, one had the prostate cancer, my other neighbors had breast cancer, and another neighbor had melanoma, another neighbor had the throat cancer, she smoked. And another neighbor had a colon cancer, and the other neighbor had the cervical cancer, and another one had the ovarian cancer. There were so many cancer within 1 mile radius that almost like an epidemic. I was scared. And so I started to search. Since Helen introduced me to the macrobiotic diet therapy, I started to search. Then I found alternative therapy, naturopathic therapy. There was so many other methods that you can try, and some of the people had terminal cancer survived. So I started really studying and trying to find out how they survived. So I collect a bunch of books like Optimum Health, Spontaneous Healing by Dr. Wild, and Dr. Lorraine Day, who had the terminal breast cancer, who survived by alternative. She did have a surgery to remove her tumor, and she wrote a bunch of she made a bunch of videotape. Cancer doesn't scare me anymore. You can't improve on God. Sorting through maze of alternative therapy, and what was another. She made a bunch of videotapes that I have a bunch of them, and also Dr. Donald Williams Kelly, who was orthodontist. He had pancreatic cancer, which was terminal, but he had to turn himself around by using alternative. Anyway, so if you're diagnosed with cancer, you don't have to be scared. You can empower yourself with the knowledge and try to do all the other healthy way of living, like organic food, pranayama rest, learn how to deal with the stress, sunshine, exercise, and have an optimistic outlook, and do something that you enjoy, your hobby, and appreciate your health. I do that a lot, and that way cancer doesn't just, or disease, not just a cancer, but disease that just doesn't happen. I think there's a reason, and I think that reason is I did it to myself by going through lots of stress and not getting enough sleep. And I thought I had a healthy diet, but it was not healthy that I thought. Now that I know better, and there was a lots of sign that I should have known better, but I didn't. I ignored it because I didn't think that I would get cancer. But so knowledge is your power. So thank you very much. Did it go through too many minutes?